And one such person was a young woman named Amala. She's a prominent YouTuber who received a very suspicious visit yesterday to, fortunately, a prior address of hers that was on file in California. Take a listen to what she tells the public about that visit.
To ask me if I was working for some company, and then they offered to pay me more than what that company was paying me to stop doing these videos.
Did they ever mention a dollar amount?
No, but they said whatever I was being paid, they would pay me more.
You filed a report with the LAPD.
So it looks like the rumors that Ray J started a few days ago about Diddy sending his goons to take the lives of people who know his secrets may be true after all, because several people just came out to spill the tea about some armed men who showed up to their homes to torture them and seek out information. And it turns out they were sent by Diddy. Apparently, Diddy thinks they getting paid by somebody to talk about him, and he's trying to get rid of all of them to spit out the name of the person paying them. A few days ago, Ray J also made these allegations, but a lot of people thought he was just seeking attention as usual. However, it looks like Diddy is really out here calling the shots from jail, and he ain't gonna stop till somebody gives him the name he's looking for. Okay, so this mess started a few days ago when 3 popular TikTokers revealed that Diddy had sent his people to their houses in the middle of the night to intimidate and find out who was paying them to talk about him on their platforms. Mind you, these TikTokers weren't even saying nothing special in these videos. They was basically just reporting on the court documents and what's already out there. But for some reason, Diddy is convinced they're getting paid to speak about him. And he's already sending his goons to put their hands on him and dig out information. The first TikToker who came out to spill the tea was Samson, and he was not playing around with Diddy. He actually recorded the heated exchange that he had with Diddy's people and even ran to TMZ to make them cover the story because he was scared for his life and he wanted to put everything out there as soon as possible before they attempt to take his life. According to Sam, these goons call themselves private investigators. He said he caught them trying to break into his house through his back door. However, once they realized he was home, they claimed to be private investigators and started questioning him on whether he was getting paid to make videos about Diddy. He went on to show us a video of these so-called private investigators, and I kid you not, even a 2-year-old will be able to know that these men were up to no good. Nothing about them was given private investigator at all.
Good evening, Patriots. Patriots, check in. This is Secret Service Samson. This is crazy. Usually I say I don't make the news, I break the news. But tonight and today I became the Diddy news. You can watch my video. It's on my page. It's got 80,000 views right now. Private investigators visited my personal home, invaded my personal space, asking me if I am being paid by any company to make these Diddy videos. And the answer is no. I'm not being paid. I'm barely making any money off TikTok. I need to be a successful comedian making money, not this crazy life. They visited my home, but this is what is even crazier. They visited another influencer, a YouTuber named Amala, A-M-A-L-A. I just got off with her publicist. They visited her old apartment and actually was talking to a friend who still lived there, got her on the speakerphone to ask her the same questions they asked me. Her publicist showed her my video. She confirmed it was the same 2 men. Diddy is literally reaching out from jail to try and silence victims, influencers like myself. This is crazy. Please, Patriots, you must help me get to a stadium so we can do comedy shows and music and get out of this crazy life. It is dangerous for me to be speaking like this. I am not joking. This is not a joke. They literally came to my back door. Diddy is orchestrating things from jail. Please protect Secret Service Sam. Pray for me. Lord, help me get to a bigger following so I can get out of this crazy life. I love all my loyal Patriot followers.
So you guys are private investigators who have come to my private home asking about influencers? This is very uncomfortable, you guys.
I don't know why. I'll explain.
No, you're at my home.
Okay, so you don't want to talk to us then?
Have I broken some law?
Absolutely not.
And you have the thin blue, This is frightening. I think, can you guys step away from my home?
No, we're in a public street, so the answer is no. But we're not trying to give you a hard time.
Why are you here? What do you mean? You're showing up at my
We're
house.
very nice and respectful, and we will be. I just have two quick questions for you, and if you want to be interested in it, great. If not, I'll have a nice day. We're not...
What is this? This is odd.
So...
You have to admit this is very weird.
After this, he went to the feds to file a harassment report, and he also went to TMZ to tell them about the terrifying experience he had with these men. Who knows what they would have done to him if he didn't see them first and start recording?
Because it's like these men came to my back door to ask me if I was working for some company, and then they offered to pay me more than what that company was paying me to stop doing these videos.
Did they ever mention a dollar amount?
No, but they said whatever I was being paid, they would pay me more.
You filed a harassment report with the LAPD, and you're aware that if this were a joke that you were doing, it's a crime. It's a crime to file a false police report.
Yes, and furthermore...
But get this, y'all. Other TikTokers saw the video, and they also came out to spill the tea about how two men claiming to be private investigators also pulled up on them to ask them about Diddy too. The next TikToker who came out even said these two men accused him of getting paid by 50 Cent, Suge Knight, and a bunch of other celebrities. Even after he made it clear to them that he was not getting paid, they just kept pressing him and flat out his man. He also said they looked sketchy and that there was nothing on them that suggested they were private investigators.
Two private investigators asking me who it is that paid me to make the Diddy videos that I made about a month ago. What? Who paid me? They asked me about Suge Knight, 50 Cent. Mind you, I do not have a connection to Diddy at all. I'm just a reporter like everybody else, speaking on public information that is readily available to anybody that makes a Google search. And the funny thing is that you would not even be able to tell that these dudes were private investigators if they didn't mention it. Just a couple of nerdy looking dudes. I invited them inside for coffee because it is cold right now in Arizona. We talked for no more than 5 to 10 minutes. They asked me where I got the information from. They asked me if anybody influenced me to make the videos through payment or coercion. They asked me if I had received unusual messages related to the Diddy videos. They even asked me if I have any information that I have not yet made public, and they offered to buy this information. I told them I don't want any part of it. I'm not going to be making any more videos. Nobody paid me anything. I don't know what the hell they got going on with this Diddy thing, but that is the wildest that I've ever experienced in my life.
And then there was this other girl who Candace Owens personally spoke to on her show after the girl also claimed she was pressed by two men claiming to be private investigators. Do y'all notice the pattern here? It's also two men, and from the looks of it, it's probably them same two men that the first TikToker recorded. He seems to be the only one who is brave enough to put a camera in their face, but from the description that everybody else is giving, it's most likely them same two men going to these people's houses to intimidate them. People believe that the reason why none of them are being physically harmed is because this might be Diddy's way of giving them a warning to stop speaking on him. The second visit might not be so calm.
And one such person was a young woman named Amala Ekpanobi. She's a prominent YouTuber who received a very suspicious visit yesterday to, fortunately, a prior address of hers that was on file in California. Take a listen to what she tells the public about that visit.
Two private investigators just visited a place I used to live in search of me, and they were coming to ask me whether or not I've been paid to talk about P. Diddy and his connection to other celebrities on my show. Now, luckily, the person I used to live with called me on the phone so I could talk to these guys. They did not immediately disclose that they were private investigators. I had to coax that out of them through being quite hostile to them throughout the conversation. But they kept bringing up my content that I made in regard to P. Diddy and his connection to other celebrities. They would not say who they were working for and who had hired them to come and travel around to these different influencers. But they did say that they would be going to multiple influencers who are talking about these stories to figure out whether or not they're being paid by a specific entity to share them. Now, I am definitely not paid to talk about what I talk about on my channel, but they said not only would they pay me to disclose who I was being paid by, but they would pay me more than whatever I was getting to share the opposite story. I don't know who these guys were. I don't even know if they were telling the truth, but they did say there were 10 other influencers that they were going to be visiting. So I'm putting this out there in case this happens to anybody else. And I will be going more in depth as to what happened on my show today in case you want any further information. But this is very, very strange.
It's unbelievably strange that they would be knocking door to door and offering people money. But look, she's just one person. Maybe she's completely lying about things, except it turns out that she wasn't lying. She's definitively being truthful, and she wasn't the only person that got visited.
Now, when all this came out, a lot of people brought up Ray J, because just a few days ago, he was crying on Instagram about somebody being after his life because he said some things about them.
It's just tried to show me and tried to kill me, nigga. And you want me to apologize? Nigga? F you.
Even though Ray J didn't explicitly mention Diddy, he was still the first name on everybody's list, because prior to this, he got into an online feud with Pastor Jamal Bryant because he didn't want him to put out an interview that he made with him in which he said some bad things about Diddy. Ray J physically attacked the pastor if he still released that interview without his permission. A lot of people felt like the hit that Diddy put on him was really scaring the life out of him, and now that's why he wanted to stop this from coming out, because it was only going to make Diddy more adamant on finishing him off for good.
Yo, I got nothing but love for Pastor Bryant. Shout out to Jamal Bryant. Shout out to Von Alvarez. But if y'all play that interview, somebody getting snatched off the pulpit. Don't play the interview. It's not clear. It was out of bounds. Me and Pastor Bryant need to talk because the way I was treated was dirty and illegal. And I don't like it. And I don't want nobody to play that interview. I don't care if you from the church or not. Like, be respectful and do people right. Don't call people out their name and don't make people feel like they're not safe in a place where they thought they were safe. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now, we need to work it out. Because if we don't, that's going to be a problem.
Now, Pastor Bryant, on the other hand, did not care about Ray J's at all, and he still went on to put out the interview. Luckily for Ray J, Pastor Bryant edited out the parts of the interview where he spoke about Diddy. However, he kept the part where Ray J once again admitted to people in the industry wanting to take his life, so he doesn't tell his truth. He said at some point in his life, he even considered taking his own life before they could get to him, because he knows for a fact that if he talks and they catch him, it's gonna be brutal.
When we took a break, you said that you really need to think through things because there was a moment in your own life that you thought about. Tell me what was going on. Is that when you were on the roof in Mexico?
That was when I was on the roof. And that was, no, I thought about a lot, but that was when I attempted it. And I really didn't want to do it, but I really did want to do it. Because it's like when you have a bad dream and then you think it's real, it feels real.
Yeah.
And then you wake up, I be feeling like that life really happened. And so whatever dimension I popped into is where I'm at now.
Yeah.
So I had a bad dream last night. So I'm here now with you. I think what happened last night in my mind happened. So if they having a funeral for me in the other dimension, they probably are.
No, you're going to live. You got years to go.
I'm living here.
Yeah.
I wanted the interview to go a different way. I didn't know how the interview was going to go, but when you looked at the in the beginning, it just hurting.
Yeah.
They did because it's like, damn, man, like I cannot get away from it. So it's like, since I can't get away from it, why not just jump into it?
Yeah. It's the bravery of your truth, and truth sayers always.
I'm a liar.
No, you speaking truth today.
No, because I might not be able to put this up. I'm still a liar.
Yeah.
I've lied about my whole life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm a liar. Unless I say, these people did this to me. They're very bad people, and they've been controlling me this whole time. Just like the National Syndicate and all this, they'll come kill me, bro. They'll kill me for this.
Ray J also went on Twitter and put out this tweet that said, "I'm about to post all my stuff on X. Since I'm having a meltdown, I'm about to air out all my mistakes I made and been making lately by taking extreme accountability and showing the worst of me. Hopefully will lead me to long-term peace. Stand by." Child, so as y'all can see, it's a lot going on. And from the looks of it, Diddy still thinks these intimidation techniques still gonna work and somehow get people to change their opinions about him. Clearly that ain't the case, and this entire mess just made things that much worse for him. As usual, people had their own thoughts about this, like this person who said, "Super strange," and puts people on high alert for sure, because they're known to off other celebrities. Why wouldn't they try to off normal people? Another person said, "I think they're working for the people on the list more than Diddy. I think Diddy has been neutralized." But now I want to know your thoughts. What do y'all think about Diddy sending his goons to attack all these people? And do you really think he sent his people to go after Ray J? Y'all been knew what to do. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other very messy video.